You are walking home alone at night. A dog barks somewhere behind you. Your heart rate spikes before you even decide to be afraid. That reaction feels irrational. It is not. It is one of the oldest programs your brain has ever run. For most of human history, the dark was not empty. It was full of teeth. Your ancestors were not the top of the food chain, not even close. For millions of years, early humans were prey. Lions hunted them, leopards dragged them into trees, crocodiles pulled them under the water, hyenas picked off the stragglers. This is not speculation. It is written directly into the fossil record. Paleoanthropologist Donna Hart spent years studying bones from early hominid sites, and what she found reshaped how scientists think about human origins. Many of the oldest hominid fossils show puncture marks, bite marks, claw marks. The famous Taung child, a nearly 3 million-year-old skull discovered in South Africa, has damage on it that matches the talons of a large bird of prey. Not a predator on the ground, a predator from the sky. Think about that for a second. Your ancestors were small enough and slow enough that even a bird could kill them. So how did they survive? Not by being strong, not by being fast. They survived by being smart, social, and afraid in exactly the right ways. The first defense was numbers. A lone early human on the savannah was an easy meal. A group of 30 was a problem. Predators calculate risk. An animal will rarely attack when the odds of injury are high. And a coordinated group of humans throwing rocks, screaming, and swinging sticks was a genuinely dangerous target, even for a lion. Safety in numbers was not a metaphor. It was survival math. This is where a strange evolutionary trade-off begins. To live in large groups, your ancestors needed a brain capable of tracking relationships, cooperation, and trust. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar built an entire theory around this idea, known as the social brain hypothesis. He argued that primate brain size correlates directly with the size of the social group that species can manage. Bigger groups need bigger brains, not to build tools, but to remember who owes who a favor, who might betray the group, and who is trustworthy in a crisis. In other words, your brain got bigger, partly because you needed to survive predators together. The second defense was vigilance, constant, exhausting vigilance. Early humans likely slept in shifts. Someone was always awake, always listening. Fire helped enormously once it was tamed, not just for warmth, but because almost every dangerous nocturnal predator avoids open flame. Archaeological evidence from sites in South Africa, including Wonderwerk Cave, shows controlled fire use going back roughly 1 million years. That fire was not just for cooking, it was a wall made of light. This is where your fear of the dark actually comes from. It is not superstition. For a creature that evolved without night vision, without claws, and without the ability to outrun almost anything, darkness meant blindness in a world with things that could see you perfectly. That primal unease you feel when a light switches off is not a glitch. It is an inheritance. Here is where it gets stranger. Researchers studying startle responses have found that humans react faster and more strongly to images of snakes and spiders than to modern dangers like cars or electrical outlets, even though cars kill vastly more people today. Psychologist Arne Ullman ran a series of experiments showing that people detect snake-like shapes in a cluttered visual field faster than almost any other stimulus. Your brain is not built for the world you live in now. It is built for the world your ancestors barely survived. That mismatch explains a lot about you. It explains why a rustle in tall grass still makes your skin crawl, even in a city park. It explains why horror movies use sudden movement and darkness instead of statistics about home invasions. It explains why humans across every culture, with no contact with each other, independently developed a fear of snakes strong enough that some researchers believe it shaped primate vision itself. Neuroscientist Lynn Isbell has proposed that the need to detect snakes quickly may have driven the evolution of sharp, forward-facing primate eyesight in the first place. The predator did not just threaten your ancestors, it may have helped build the eyes you are reading this with right now. The third defense was information, specifically gossip. Talking about danger was, and still is, one of the most effective survival tools humans ever developed. If one person spotted a predator near the river, the entire group needed to know within minutes, not after someone else wandered down alone. Storytelling likely began in part as a survival broadcast system. where the lions were, which watering hole was unsafe, which valley had claimed someone last season.